Good morning, children. So yesterday we had talked about moving coil galvanometer, and as I told you that it has got a high resistance and therefore it cannot directly be used to measure current and voltage, and therefore we'll now try to convert it into an ammeter and a voltmeter. So first we'll talk about how a moving coil galvanometer can be converted into an ammeter. See, you already have a galvanometer. Suppose from a given instrument current I is flowing and that is to be calculated. Now since its resistance is high, only a very small current can flow through it, and if you make high current to flow through it, it will get damaged. So what is being done for extra current? A resistance known as shunt resistance is connected in parallel. See, now what will happen? Out of this current I, a part will flow through galvanometer, whatever be its capacity, and rest of it will pass through the shunt resistance, and the total current I will now come from here. Suppose the current flowing through the galvanometer resistance is Ig. Then the remaining current, that is I minus Ig, will flow from the shunt resistance. This combination, that is a resistance in parallel with the galvanometer, will convert it into an ammeter. Now certainly, since this has got a high resistance, this must be a low resistance, so that maximum current can pass through this shunt resistance. This is in parallel. So in 1 mark question it is generally asked how you can convert a galvanometer into an ammeter of given range. So here the part, there are two parts of the answer. One is low resistance, second is to be connected in parallel. So answer will be to convert a moving coil galvanometer into an ammeter. A small resistance known as shunt is connected in parallel with the galvanometer, and this now combination will be used as an ammeter. Now we have to find out how much resistance is to be connected. Now that you can do from here itself. See, in parallel voltage remains same. This we already know. So if voltage remains same, then Ig into G, if I take the resistance of galvanometer as G only, you can take it as Rg also. So Ig into G, I will take Rg only here, so that you don't get confused. G is galvanometer. So resistance of the galvanometer is equal to I minus Ig into R. So how much shunt resistance? Ig Rg upon I minus I. Now this is known to me. The resistance of the galvanometer, how much current can flow because of resistance I is also known to me. So this is the same quantity. Now the current which is to be measured will determine the shunt resistance. So if this is given to me, I can always find out the resistance which is to be connected in parallel, so that a galvanometer can be converted into an ammeter of given range. So this is your one expression to find out resistance. Now as we had said that the galvanometer has got high resistance. Now what shall be the resistance of this combination or an ammeter? See, there are two resistances connected in parallel. So certainly the resistance is going to be smaller. So resistance, if Ra is the resistance of the emitter so formed, this will be equal to 1 upon Rg plus 1 upon Rs. This is going to give me Ra is equals to Rg Rs upon Rg plus Rs. So this will be the resistance, and as you can see, this will be a smaller resistance. So when we connect an emitter in a circuit, that is always connected in series. In series, whenever we say a circuit diagram is to be made, you always see that an emitter is connected in series and a voltmeter in parallel, because the emitter has got low resistance, so can be connected in series, but since voltmeter will have high resistance, so it has to be connected in parallel. So from this explanation only you might have understood that what shall happen in voltmeter. It will be a high resistance in series, and that combination will be a voltmeter. So I think this might have been understood. Now we'll talk about conversion of galvanometer into a voltmeter. Now for conversion into a voltmeter, again see, the galvanometer is going to remain the same. Again there can be a 1 mark question. How can you convert a given galvanometer into a voltmeter of given range? So the answer will be, it can be converted into a voltmeter by connecting a high resistance in series. This you can take as Rg. So I have connected a high resistance with galvanometer. Now this combination so now you can see this combination will work as a voltmeter. Now we have to see how much resistance is to be connected. Now see, in series you know that the current remains same. So whatever voltage we are going to apply, the current is going to remain same, as the maximum limit to the current flowing through the galvanometer is only Ig. Now as in series the current is going to remain, so that means only Ig current can flow through this combination. So V will be equal to Ig R plus Ig R G. I have to calculate the value of R, how much resistance is to be connected. So V is equals to V minus Ig Rg is equals to Ig R. So R will be equal to V minus Ig Rg upon Ig. This can further be written as V upon Ig minus Rg. So in this way you can find out the resistance of the voltmeter so formed, and which is to be connected. Resistance which is to be connected in series with the galvanometer to convert a galvanometer into a voltmeter. Now what will be the resistance of this device so formed? Say if Rv is the resistance of voltmeter so formed. Now how many resistances are being connected? 2 resistances in series. So it will be simply R plus Rg, and you can see that this resistance is quite high because already RG is quite high. So a high resistance appliance is being formed, and therefore voltmeter is always connected in parallel to measure the voltage in a given circuit. So you can do these two derivations. You can do the two questions given in the NCERT book, that is the last questions of NCERT book. One is of the conversion into ammeter and another is conversion into emitter. So those numericals you do, those two, and this much portion you complete today. We'll be starting about electromagnetic induction tomorrow. Thank you.